I got several stories here. I want to do a video about kind of a quick hitter. This is from some website called The Loadouts on Archive, because Dead Island 2 consulted Diversity Council for Representative LA. Dambuster Studios Diversity Council played a pivotal role in helping develop the striking tone and characters you'll find in the game. Okay, that's not that I was really super interested in the game anyway, but it's like Diversity Council, man. Talk about the most backpack seeking, oh, I'm a good boy, or a good girl, or whatever, I'm a good person. It's like, get the fuck out of here. The Diversity Council says right here. Well, I'll link all these stories in the description box if you want to read them for yourself. But which Olson explains was formed a few years ago, exists to not only improve diversity in games, but offer informed opinions on a game's development, whether that's on the game's beat, its cast, tone, or more. The council in this case has been invaluable in helping Dambuster develop its striking tone. Pass. Here's a Stephen Totilo. I can't stand this fucking idiot. But anyway, because he used to be the editor-in-chief of Kotaku before he got off that fucking shit. Now he's on Axios. But anyway, the Embracer Group, they're the owners of a lot of various people. But anyway, this concerns Saints Row because they're talking about the game's performance. The CEO, Lars Wingerfers, talking today to investors about new Saints Row. He was bullish on it pre-release. Doesn't sound thrilled, but believes the game will make money. Personally, I had hoped for a greater reception of the game. It's been a very polarized view. There's a lot of things that could be said and details around it. I'm happy to see a lot of gamers and fans happy. I think we need to wait until the quarterly report in November to have more details. Notes games had bugs, fixes, and content coming. Man, get the fuck out of here, dude. Asked if this game's performance will impact the franchise's future. Obviously, you want every installment of any IP to be greater than the last one. What you do is you evaluate position. Yada, yada, yada. The game was too buggy. It should have been delayed. Here's a story from BoundingTheComics.com. New report claims Prime Video abandoned a Conan the Barbarian TV series because of toxic masculinity. Like I said, you could read this for yourself because I'll link this in the description box. But dodge the bullet on this one there. Yes, your toxic masculinity. It was announced by Deadline back in 2018. The initial announcement is revealed that current House of the Dragon showrunner Ryan Condal was behind the series. He was joined by House of the Dragon showrunner and Game of Thrones director Miguel Sapochnik. Blah blah blah. The project falls in Amazon's push into the big, fantasy genre drama series with broad appeal in the mold of Game of Thrones. They're showing more stuff about, Conan here. Whoops, my mistake. It never came to fruition. In 2020, producer Friedrich Malmberg moved the project to Netflix, where he's working on both live action and animated adaptations of the characters. Malmberg indicated they had moved forward in the production of the live action series and begun writing the series. And then he says, with Conan, I'm going to say that we were writing. We're working together with the Netflix team. But this is why the series was moved. Was never really explained, but a new report from YouTube channel Midnight's Edge claims it was cut from Amazon due to toxic masculinity. Like I said, dodge the bullet there. It's like, of course, not that it's great that it's going to Netflix, but it's possible. Because it's like, Netflix isn't saying, well, we're not going to do it because of toxic masculinity. But we'll see. Here's a story from Variety. It's on Archive, of course. Kenya Barris says Wizard of Oz remake will include LGBTQ representation to reflect the world. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? He had some success with the various Blackish shows and everything. Grownish, I think, was one, and I'm not sure about the others. Whatever. Kenya Barris tells me that LGBTQ representation will be featured in his Wizard of Oz remake. The original was an allegory and reflection of the way the world was at the time with things like the Great Depression and the Dust Bowl. Now we're going to turn a mirror on where we're at now and take disparate characters from the LGBTQ community, from different cultural communities and socioeconomic communities, and tell a story that reflects the world. I think this is the best time to do that. Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about? I understand. He understands the remake comes with tremendous pressure. I'm nervous. Hopefully my movie can last as long as the original does. Not gonna happen. Not gonna fucking happen, dude, because it's gonna be a lot more political. And by that I mean, one of the things that makes Wizard of Oz timeless, other than just the fact that, came out, had the color scenes, black and white, iconic characters and so on and so forth, is it didn't focus on things like the Great Depression and the Dust Bowl. It was more about, Dorothy just wanting to get home and then realizing, hey, you know what? My life isn't as bad as I thought it was, and that kind of stuff. It had universal kind of themes. What's interesting is they mentioned here another Wizard of Oz remake is also in the works at New Line Cinema with Nicole Castle from Watchmen directing, which isn't exactly great news, but whatever. I don't know why the hell it's showing something. I guess it's an ad for Amazon Prime Video. What the fuck? But whatever. It goes on. I guess technically the reason why it's showing that is because it's talking about his next step after his breakout role as an elf in Amazon Prime's Lord of the Rings, all that kind of shit. It's like, what the fuck? It's all this stupid shit. But anyway, whatever. It's just idiotic. Like, what the fuck, dude? Anyway, just some quick stories I wanted to talk about, hit on and stuff. Most of this stuff is bad news, which I guess is good news for idiots who want to throw their money away or whatever. And I'm talking about the people who make the stuff. Not if you like the stuff, if you watch it or whatever, that's your business. It's like that's cool. It's like you can like whatever you like because hey, life sucks basically. You got to try to find enjoyment wherever you can. So if you find some enjoyment in an LGBTQ representation of Wizard of Oz, all right, more power to you. Or Dead Island 2, or if you like the Saints Row game, hey, that's cool. More power to you. Anyway, I'll go ahead and wrap this up here. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good one.